Hey guys, what is up? I am so excited to be back. It's been way too long. It's unbelievably long, and I'm so excited to finally be back. If you're wondering why my nails are like this, it's because I recently restrung my guitar, and if you play the guitar, then you know that you need one set of nails to be short, one set of nails to be really long, because this is the one that holds the notes, this is the one that plucks the strings. Anyway, after over 3 months of exams, I am finally done with half of high school. It feels so bad, like so wrong saying that I'm only done with half of high school, because this set of exams was so long and so tasking that it feels like this should have been the end of high school. These exams just had a sense of finality to them that I can't even explain. So I've still got 2 more years left of high school, which means that you've still got 2 more years left of seeing me. I'm kidding. I'm gonna be here for as long as possible, no matter what happens. And I'm on summer break right now. If you're wondering why I keep looking back at this over here, I have my laptop right here, and it's just convenient this way, honestly. Because obviously I'm going to talk about a book and I don't want to mess up on the facts of it and all that kind of stuff. So this is what I'm going to be using throughout this video. So it feels as if this is my last summer. Like, it feels as if I'm about to go into uni, but I know I'm not about to go into uni. So that's also pretty exciting to think about. I've still got A-levels this year. So I'm going to go into year 12 in September, then in year 13. If you're wondering about the IGCSE or Cambridge curriculum in general, then Google it. That's what I'm going to say, because it's too annoying to explain as a whole. Over the next 2 years, I've got A-levels, I've got standardized exams like the SAT, the IELTS exam, all this kind of stuff. I want to apply to university somewhere, someday. All I can really say right now, though, is welcome back. Sorry for the long hiatus of 4 to 6 months. And that was just 4 to 6 months of mere textbooks, just textbooks. And the way I feel right now is so difficult to explain, because I feel like I'm back on track to reading, but my exams ended on June 5th. Today is, what's even the date today? Today is June 26th. It's been over 2 weeks, actually. So, and I haven't been reading much, which is really bad on my part. But at the same time, I feel like I'm going through a sort of, when there's a huge gap and then you need to bridge that gap. I'm going through that bridge right now. So it's probably going to take some time for me to get back to novels and stuff, because for 4 to 6 months, I was only reading textbooks. That's a really long time. So yeah, so far in these 3 weeks, I've only read 2 books. The first one is the one that we are going to be reviewing today, but I'm going to get into that a bit later. This is the first time that I have a video episode. Can we have a round of applause for that, please? Everybody who is listening to the audio one, please feel free to check out Booktalk on YouTube. It's the same name, same logo, same absolutely everything. If you're also wondering why I started YouTube, it's mostly because during my IGCSE exam season, I was so bored out of my mind that I was like, I need to find something that is going to allow me to still express myself. But I couldn't read books because that would just take way too long. And I couldn't obviously review those books because I haven't read those books. I'm not trying to be one of those people that goes online, finds a review, and then just paraphrases it for you guys. I would never want to do that. So I was like, I need a way to express myself properly, and I figured, why not start a YouTube Shorts page? It's vertical content, which I've technically done before, such as reels and stuff. If you're wondering, I have Booktalk as an Instagram page as well as booktalk_pod, so feel free to check that out too. And I mean, I'm used to reels. Again, I haven't made a lot of reels on Instagram, but the 3 months of IGCSE exams that I had, I technically documented the whole thing on my YouTube channel. Go to the shorts page. I have over 60 shorts now, which is a lot. It's time to actually get into the review of the book. So, I'm Prisha, and I'm your host, obviously. Prisha and I, I'm going to have it on the screen over here if you couldn't tell my name. I'm on Spotify as well, so feel free to check that out. All of these episodes that you're seeing here right now, or will see in the near future, are available on Spotify as well. After my exams ended on the 5th of June, my mum and I went to a cafe near our house and we both got coffees. I had an iced mocha and my mum had a cappuccino, as always. Along with that, I had a black forest cake, which between the two of us wasn't that great. From there, we got back home and hopped around. I hopped around a bit just for the vibes of it, like exams are over, that kind of thing. I put on my workout clothes and I headed out over to my friend's house to collect the very book that I am going to be reviewing today, King of Sloth by Huang. This honestly does not fit the general vibe of my channel, I would say, considering the kinds of books that I've reviewed before. And I feel like I've also got a pretty good spectrum of the books that I've reviewed before. So it's gone from A Little Life to Instructions for Dancing to All the Light We Cannot See. Then I've also got Half of a Yellow Sun. Also, I think I might meet the Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie tomorrow, Friday the 27th of June. Finally gonna actually get into the book. I'm gonna read now, just so I don't make any mistakes, and I've got my entire script over here. Ana Huang's novel explores the lives of Xavier Castillo, the brilliant but overshadowed son of a Colombian billionaire, and Sloan Kensington, Xavier's publicist but also someone from a rather influential family. The plot of the story is, of course, how the two of them get together and the challenges that they fear and face, considering that they both come from influential families and are both public figures. That honestly is something that you can make out from the get-go, but the one thing that surprised me, and I genuinely appreciated this, kudos to Ana Huang for doing this, is that Sloan Kensington, the female main character, or the FMC, has quite a lot of depth, as in, at least as far as I've dappled in the waters of romance, which, honestly speaking, is not much. I've always looked down upon it, and I know I shouldn't, but it's always been a guilty pleasure of mine. Reading books like Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and reading books like Instructions for Dancing, they're romance for sure, but they're on very opposite ends of the spectrum of romance, in my opinion, because there's some romance novels that are really intellectual, for example, Romantic Comedy. And then there's also certain romance books that you look at them and you're like, this is fluff for my brain. I'm only reading this because I need a break from something. Coming back to this book. As far as I've dappled in the waters of romance novels and the entire genre as a whole, I would say that when there's a super rich main character, specifically the male, the female is working class, or to a great extent is always stunned by the MMC or male main character's flamboyant lifestyle. While Sloane isn't completely stunned by Xavier's lifestyle, she her persona shows that she too has been able to live with these luxuries to a great extent, which shows that they are opposites on a level that is not as superficial as mere socioeconomic class. Take basic romance stories, honestly, if you think about it. If one character is rich, there's usually somebody on the other hand, the love interest, if you will, who comes from a very different socioeconomic background, and a lot of the times that is the plot of the story. If you look at Indian stories, for example, where they refer to the caste system and all that kind of stuff, you might also realize that it's an intercaste kind of thing. But in this case, it's not socioeconomic, which is something that I really appreciated, and I think that's a very difficult thing to also come up with. On the other hand, instead of their socioeconomic class being the thing that sort of keeps them apart, how in other novels you would notice that there's always something or the other that keeps them apart, and then they realize later that, oh, it's superficial, that doesn't matter, blah blah blah. But in this case, it's their personalities as a whole that keep them apart. And again, this might not be super original either, but it's more original than having two people who are just completely different backgrounds in life. So it is the personalities that do not match, where Sloane is cruelly put uptight, Xavier is laid back and relaxed. But of course, he rises to the challenge, just like any MMC that you're ever going to find. This, like I mentioned earlier, isn't something that I would normally pick up, but I believe that the book has treated me well, especially considering that King of Sloth is the first book that I've read in months. Huge shout out to Shivi for picking this book out for me, because it really got my reading habit moving, and now I've a bunch more episodes lined up just because I started off with something light like this. I was almost ready to pick up Good Material by Dolly Alderton, or even On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, but I feel like that would have just drained my already drained mind. So I don't really want to rate this book because it's an experiment in my head. But I did enjoy it for sure, and it was a very light read in my opinion. It was quick paced. It was 300-ish pages, wasn't that long, and I was able to like get through it like this. It was done in like 3 days. 3 days down, I was giving it back to my friend, you know. So I would say that the book is pretty easy to read. I would say that you should probably be above the age of 14 if you're gonna read this. I'm 17. Just don't be like 10 or 12 or something reading this, because you have no place in this genre of books if you are 10 or 12 years old. I'm sorry. I'm really excited to finally be back on the podcast grind, on the reading grind, and I can't wait to have more episodes out for you guys, and I hope I see you guys in the next episode. Also, this is my first ever YouTube video, so please go easy on me for this. I'm trying my best right now. Bye.